Once, in the vibrant city of Rome, there lived a man named Marcus. He wasn't a ruler or a soldier, but a simple olive oil merchant who worked in the bustling marketplace. Life had treated Marcus well. He had a devoted wife, 2 healthy children, and enough wealth to live without worry. Yet, like many, Marcus was troubled by one thing: uncertainty. The future was unclear, and that unknown weighed heavily on his heart. One quiet evening, as he sat near the hearth, his thoughts spun with anxiety. What if his business failed? What if illness struck his family? What if war reached the gates of Rome? The more he thought, the more burdened he felt. His wife, noticing his troubled expression, gently rested a hand on his shoulder and said, "Why not speak to the old philosopher who lives near the hills? They say he knows how to calm a restless mind." The next morning, Marcus set off to find the wise man. After a long walk, he arrived at a modest stone cottage. Under an olive tree, an elderly man sat reading a scroll. Looking up with a kind smile, he said, "There's a storm in your eyes, friend. What brings you here?" Marcus let out a heavy sigh. "I fear what lies ahead. I don't know what tomorrow holds, and it fills me with dread. How can I find peace when everything feels so uncertain?" The philosopher nodded knowingly. "You're not the first to ask this. The Stoics, our great thinkers, have wrestled with the same question. Let me share a story." He leaned back and began. Long ago, a seasoned ship captain named Lucius sailed the unpredictable Mediterranean Sea. Though skilled, he knew the waters could turn violent without warning. One night, a terrible storm arose. Waves towered like mountains, and the wind screamed like a beast. Panic gripped the crew, but Lucius stayed calm. He adjusted the sails, steadied the wheel, and spoke to his laughter. The philosopher looked directly at Marcus. "Do you see? Life is like the sea, uncertain, wild. You cannot command the waves, but you can choose how you sail." Marcus furrowed his brow. "But how can I stay calm when life feels so fragile?" The old man raised 3 fingers. "There are 3 lessons. First," he said, "accept what you cannot control. This is the Stoic idea of the dichotomy of control. Your thoughts, your choices, your actions, these are yours. But the weather, the economy, the actions of others, these are not. Wasting energy on what you can't control is like yelling at the wind. It's useless, and it—" Marcus nodded slowly. "And the second?" Live in the present, the philosopher continued. "Worrying about the future is like walking blindfolded, every step filled with fear. Instead, ask yourself, what can I do? Your shop is empty today. Serve those who come with care. If you fear sickness, eat well and rest. The present is where life happens. It's the only moment you can truly shape." "That makes sense," Marcus admitted. "And the third? Prepare for difficulty, but don't fear it." The philosopher's eyes twinkled. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, imagining the worst. Suppose you lose your fortune, then what? You will adapt. Suppose hardship comes, you will endure. When you face your fears in your mind, they lose their hold on you. The unknown becomes less terrifying when you've already visited it in thought. Marcus sat in silence, absorbing the wisdom. The philosopher handed him a small scroll. "Take this. It holds the teachings of Epictetus, one of the wisest Stoics. When fear returns, let his words be your anchor." That night, back home, Marcus unrolled the scroll and read, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." From then on, Marcus began living by those teachings. When business was slow, he worked on improving his products instead of complaining. When rumors of war spread, he prepared calmly. He taught his children these lessons too, that life would always be uncertain, but their response could be steady. Years passed. Marcus aged, his hair turned silver, his hands rough from labor. One evening, as the sun dipped below the rooftops, his young grandson sat beside him. "Grandfather," the boy asked, "aren't you afraid of what's to come?" Marcus chuckled softly. "The future is like a river, my boy. You can't stop its flow, but you can learn to swim. Don't fear the water. Just keep your head above it." And so, the Stoic wisdom lived on, not through speeches or scrolls alone, but in the quiet strength of everyday people who chose calm over chaos and courage over fear. The end.